Why they playing with my live, man? I ain't got nothing but 3 subscribers and one motherfucker to listen to me. Why they playing on my live, man? I just did a live and did all that talking about Dan Pena, the one who debunked global warming. He got married at one of the poles. He didn't visit both of the poles. He know it's bullshit. But anyway, the circumference of the 89th parallel in miles. How many miles is in between in the circumference, in between the circumference of the 89th parallel? It says 435 miles. So the next parallel is the 90th parallel, which is where the sheet of ice is supposed to be. So now you're gonna say, I guess you're gonna say the ice just dripped down over all of the parallels back down into what the fuck is y'all got going on, man? What the fuck is they got going on? These motherfuckers been beamed in on Melanation. They done beamed in on Melanation. I go over there to see my live, see what's going on with live. My live ain't there. They didn't say I'm live or something. Man, that shit crazy. Talking about a draft. The fuck out of here. I guess, I don't know. I am a conspiracy theorist and I am I don't want to talk. You feel me? I don't want to talk. Anti-Semitic mean I don't want to talk. You feel me? I am that. I don't want to talk about no motherfucker calling me anti-Semitic about a language that I gave to him. Now I just did a live showing that the circumference of the 90th parallel and the ice don't match. It don't fit. So now the ice just dripped back down over all. Been looking for this sheet of ice all that time and the motherfucker all the way down to Russia. You try to tell me the motherfucker 3,000 miles, that mean the sheet of ice gonna run all the way back down to the skirts of goddamn Canada and Russia and all that shit. So nigga, y'all been looking for the ice all the time and sitting on it. The fuck is y'all saying? See, now y'all making me get out of bounds because I did my life with integrity. I ain't do too much cussing. You know what I'm saying? I just explained the fact that the parallels and that shit did not match up. So I get through with the live and go look at the live. The live ain't there. I did a live last night. I did a live last night. God damn it, the bitch was on private. I ain't put the bitch on private. How the fuck I did a private live last night? You see what I'm saying? I'm trying to see why the fuck they don't want me to show y'all these parallels. The parallels are parallel to the equator. You know, when we learned about the equator in school, see, I wasn't no fool in school. You hear me? See the definition of the. I wonder, could you hear that goddamn? Could you hear that goddamn Gemini when I put it on her? Cause I do that Gemini shit on live. That's what I want to do. The definition of equator is goddamn. The first thing is an imaginary. See, you've been imagining with these motherfuckers the whole time. Hashtag Annie up. Animation. Animistic. They done took that. Anytime you see that that's Japan. Japan running the whole world with animation. They even say in real life the sun is what animates us. Make us 3D, make us walk around. They call the sun animated. Like this ain't no, this reality. You animating the sun. And see, that's why you got our sun over there on that flag with that war blood on it. You got the sun bleeding on it because you know the sun, God, for real. The sun is the sun. The sun is the portal to the afterlife because it's a portal of, it got to be the portal to the afterlife because it's a portal of existence. Know where everything coming to existence at. But the only thing I was trying to show you, how the fuck it gonna be 2,500, 28 miles in the summer, then in the winter it's 3,000 or something miles, and the parallel ain't big enough to hold that. The North Pole sits at the 90th parallel. The 9 ain't magnetic no more. This is when they're gonna start making up other magnetic poles. See, because this bitch flat, bro. It's two sides to this earth, bro. The west and the east. And the east is the beast for real. Cause they got their foot all on our neck. They got their foot all on our neck. We can't breathe. We can't get a piece of the pie. You cut pie 3 ways. 33.3. They didn't cut the pot. That you get 33.3, we get 33.3, and you get 33.3. And the secret is that I never let these motherfuckers know that we killed the truth and made up our truth and animated and cartoon out the whole world to be in a covenant with us and to pray that anything we say, whatever God you come up with, we're gonna make them like I guess make all kind of religions and hide that son. We don't need them to get back in tune to their frequencies with these UV rays and vibrations and energies and frequencies from life. Because that's their life. Because they're the children of the sun. They're the children of the corn. So they made y'all think that sound like slave shit when you say you children of the corn. But that's who you is. Agriculture people. And now we tracing our bloodline up through this bitch. Now we tracing our bloodlines up through this bitch. You see what I'm saying? Now we're tracing our bloodlines up through the bitch. Now we know the Egyptians come from over here. That's why they named Egypt Timeri. Dr. Ben said it was a connection between Memphis and Nefer and Memphis. Yeah, the connection is that y'all got it twisted. Y'all got it twisted. Y'all thinking that we came from Africa. No, and we're not Africans. We went there. And guess where we went? Straight to the desert. And guess how we can track and trace our shit? Through the irrigation systems. Because we were people who were agriculture people who dealt with the sun and the sun and solar solstices according to the sun, because we know the sun furthered the crops and grew the crops. And we learn patience and virtue through the sun. But those people, all those people in the East are moon people. They are lunar people. They really are lunatics. Because these lunatics really are trying to find a way to kill life and sustain life at the same damn time. That's a lunatic. They love a full moon, but the full moon ain't the perfect light. But when you see that eclipse, when that full moon go in front of the sun, when they eclipse like that, MasterCard, and they say the sun is 93 million miles away and the moon is 234,000 miles away, but these motherfuckers the same size. And when that lesser light, that cooler light, because the light that it has in it comes from the sun, all the life in the cosmos comes from the sun, just like all life on this earth comes from the sun. And this one they do a lot of rituals, and they call it marriage to the beast because it makes this wedding ring. It forms this ring, a hollow ring. They call it a diamond ring. So that's when they perform the marriage to the beast rituals, like they did for Kenneka Jenkins. It was a marriage to the beast ritual. See? But when you look at this eclipse, it's going to show you the Heavenly Father and the life. And the life for everything comes from the Heavenly Father, the perfect light. And that perfect light is a melanated disk that sits inside the sun. And that's the source. Everything beyond that is resourceful. So you ain't got to go through the resources. You ain't got to go through all the channels, all the theories. You ain't got to go through none of that shit once you realize that this is the source. This is the source of life for everything within the galaxy. This is the source of existence for everything within the universe. But see, these people fuck with the lunarverse. That's why their calendars are lunar calendars. Their crops are lunar crops. They ain't got nothing but rice and wheat and barley and shit. Because they roam around at night. And they know themselves to be teen wolves and and they know they hate the sun. Because some people can't withstand the sun but so long. So we children of the corn, children of the sun, and we are the bloodline that went to that desert, the Sahara Desert, and took agriculture to these people. All three, north, east, and south. African, Orientals, and these Europeans. But it ain't Europeans, they're Caucasians. They come out of the north. All of them come out of the north. Now they reside over here in this east as European, which is a fake race, ethnicity of people because they living off Indo-European, which is a linguistic. That's not their heritage. That's not their lineage. Their lineage come out of the north. And these the people who enslaved the West and took the United States of America and named it North America, and we were usurped into what we call the belly of the beast. See, the Negro bloodline and Negro knowledge is the best knowledge you're going to find. I don't care what race you is, because it's the truth. And we proven that the Hebrew alphabet came from the Americas, and they named it Paleo-Hebrew and latched on to it and became Israelites themselves. We're not Israelites, but we're the Hebrews, according to them, because that's what they call the language. And once they got hold to the language, they call the language Semitic. And then it become the Semitic speaking people, not the Semitic lineage. Your lineage is out of the north. White man. And these Europeans was blessed with a little hue because you mixed and mingled with the Oriental in the Northeast. And they started having a little tint to them, which the world would know as the Asian persuasion. And they have persuaded the world to the point the world believed everything these lying, warmongering, enslaving, son of a bitches say. And that's why my people spinning on the globe with them. I just want to know what happened to my motherfucking live I just did. Showing that the 90th parallel is not large enough for a 3,000 mile sheet of ice to fit in between. But all your lines are imaginary. Because everywhere you go, you're going across the face of the earth on flat water, on flat ships that fit flush into the flat water. And that's how I navigate. And the true gods of navigation, you already gave it to the Phoenician, which is bloodline, that you want to try to use cultural convergence and say that we never had contact with those people. But they was all in Crete. You see, that's our first time meeting with the Greek. And the Greek is responsible for a lot of distortion. But they got mama and papa too. See, they from the north too. These are Norse people that don't want us to think about the history they gave us. The Eskimo don't want us to think about the history they gave us. They supposed to go to the North Pole. They don't want to be called Eskimo. They don't want to live up to this educational indoctrination that they put upon me. That's all I'm saying every day. That's all I'm saying every day. But anyway, the North Pole, the sheet of ice that they said the North Pole, no, it's not magnetic. So we chased the magnetic pole for all those years for nothing. And now we get up there now, it's a sheet of ice and a lot of motherfucking Russians up there drinking vodka and fucking Asian women. That's what's going on? Yeah, that's what's going on. So the 90th parallel is not large enough to hold 3,000 miles of ice. When the 89th parallel is only 435 miles in circumference. The rings get smaller and smaller. So now it's overflowing like an ice cream cone. What's next? The truth don't need no help, man. It ain't gonna bend, break, a motherfucking fold. I said, boom.